Welcome to the OrientDB Getting Started training section covering security and permissions. The data security and permission system in OrientDB is flexible enough to handle the most demanding use cases. The first level of functionality revolves around the idea of users and roles. The OUser class stores data concerning authentication of actors on the database. Each user can belong to many roles. Users also have a status of active or suspended. Roles allow for inheritance from other existing roles and are stored in the ORoles class. We will also cover in the built-in record-level security offered by OrientDB, providing you robust support for multi-tenant applications. Each role is assigned rules based on resources. You can specify rules on almost any concept in the database's model: classes, clusters, functions, schema, and more. Each role is assigned a main working mode where rules are defined as a deny all but or allow all but scenario. Let's take a look at user and permission management from Studio. First, let's do a select from OUser. This is the class where all of your user records are stored, and you can see that 3 users are created by default: admin, reader, and writer. Likewise, we can look at ORole, and you'll see that we have 3 roles of the same name: admin, reader, and writer. We'll go into the security tab, and you'll see that there's a facility for us to create a new user. We'll make a new user, Bob, with the password hello, and you can choose a status of active or suspended. Only active users can log into the system. We'll go ahead and add that user, and we can add roles here. Perhaps Bob is both a reader and a writer. Now Bob has access to the permissions of both those roles. Let's take a look at roles. The 3 default roles here will give you an idea how to work with permissions in OrientDB. You have an admin role, which has a working mode of allow all but. So it will allow all actions except for what is specified here. The reader role will have quite a bit different permission set. So we have a list of resources and permissions applied to those resources based on the read role. So they have access to read everything from classes, clusters, executing functions, and modifying the schema. A writer will have a different set of permissions altogether. We can add a new role, web user, and you can inherit from another role and work from that role as a framework. So now we have web user, which has all the permissions of a writer, and we can go ahead and specify overrides. These management systems for permissions give you an extremely flexible framework to implement the proper permissions for your application. Beyond these capabilities, OrientDB also includes a robust mechanism for implementing record-level security. By extending the ORestricted class, your data will inherit 4 link set properties and special functionality: _allow, _allow delete, _allow read, and _allow update contain links to the users and roles assigned as having those permissions for each individual record. Queries, edits, creation, and all other actions are then subject to these constraints.